Did you know that one of Paris's most iconic features has a connection to Northern Ireland? If you've ever been to Paris or seen pictures of the French capital, chances are you're familiar with the sight of the distinctive green fountains that litter the city. But you might not be aware that you can also find them in the city of Lisburn in Northern Ireland, and there is a direct connection between the two. Let me tell you about it and where to find them. Following the Franco-Prussian War of the 1870s, the English-born Sir Richard Wallace, sometime Westminster MP for Lisburn, and himself a long-time resident of Paris, was distraught at the plight of many Parisians. During the war, he'd used his wealth continuously to support and aid the city's poor, and now he felt for those who were forced to either source their drinking water from the contaminated River Seine, or turn to the more sanitary and readily available options of alcoholic beverages and risk a rapid descent into alcoholism. To help, Wallace decided to fund a series of public drinking fountains across Paris which would provide free, clean, potable water. In 1872, the first wave of fountains were installed, 10 smaller wall-mounted models at a cost of 450 francs each, and 40 large models at a cost of 1,000 francs apiece. Around £40 sterling at the time, and the equivalent of just about £4,000 today. The fountains were sculpted by Charles Auguste Leberg, based on Wallace's initial sketches, and made from cast iron by the Valdone foundry. Wallace designed them deliberately to be strikingly beautiful, but also simple to install, and most importantly, affordable, so that many could be produced. So successful was the design that it's become as much a part of the Paris feel as the Tour Eiffel. Today, over 100 examples stand on Paris's streets, with more than 150 replicas in other parts of the world. The Wallace Fountains have provided a vital source of free water for all citizens and visitors of Paris for over 150 years. Sir Richard Wallace's philanthropy was extensive, and in stark contrast to the mean-spirited nature of his wealthy father, when Wallace inherited his estate in 1870, he set about an extensive series of donations, providing hospitals, schools and more. At Lisburn, in the north of Ireland, he inherited a 50,000-acre estate, built a grand residence for his family, and made numerous charitable donations to the town. In 1876, Wallace provided finance to improve the town's water system and donated 5 of his iconic fountains to Lisburn for the use of all of its people. During the First World War, 3 of the fountains were sadly taken away and reportedly melted down as part of the war effort amid the need for metal for munitions. Fortunately, 2 survive. One of the fountains sits just opposite Wallace's former home in Castle Gardens and was restored in recent years by the council. The fountains weigh just under 600 kilograms, are just under 9 feet tall, and they feature 4 caryatids. Basically, these are sculptures of female forms in lieu of columns, representing kindness, simplicity, charity and sobriety, with each of the 4 figures subtly different. Originally, a steady stream of water flowed from the middle of the sculptures, falling into a basin with 2 metal cups attached, which were kept submerged in the water and could be used for drinking from the fountain. While the Parisian fountains largely still work, it seems that sadly neither of the fountains in Lisburn was in working order when I visited. The second Lisburn fountain is located in Wallace Park and has had something of a checkered life. Originally located at Market Square, it was moved initially to Wallace Gardens in the early 1920s, and after repeated vandalism in the 70s and 80s, was returned to Market Square, where it sat outside the Linen Centre before moving again in 2013 to its current home in Wallace Park. In October 2015, some of the local youths managed to topple the top half of the fountain, damaging it severely. It was restored in 2018. Today, these Parisian icons rest discreetly in Lisburn, a gentle reminder of a remarkable vision and kindness. It would be lovely to see them return to working order, quenching the thirst of the poor and mighty alike, as Wallace intended. Did you know about these? Tell me in the comments if you've ever visited the Wallace Fountains. I'm Robert J. Simpson. Please like, follow and share for more weird and interesting places, people and local history.